Hey, this is SRJ. Welcome to SRJ Animation Tutorials. This is another tutorial. Easy exercise for the second day in Maya. This is going to be really basic. If you are new, you just installed Maya, you don't know what to do, I recommend you to watch my first video, the first day in Maya. In this video, we are going to use some basic shapes just like squares, cube, cylinder, pipe, uh, maybe cone, and we make it. So guys, just hang around, watch this video, and this is really a fun exercise. You don't really need to know a lot of tools. Just play around, and this is a really fun exercise. So let's get started. So let's start with the available shapes we have. We have self here. Self, you can say curve, polygon, selfie. Again, going to stick with the polygons and the shapes. So what shapes we have here? We have sphere, polygon, cylinder, cone, torus, plane, cylinder, something like this. Okay. There are more shapes are available here to go into grid and polygon. So these are the basic shape we had already. These are the extra shape which is not in the list. And there is also name as super shape. So we're going to build, but we need to let's start. This is a sphere. Once you build it, you can move them, rotate them, and scale them. Going to use move, rotate, and scale, and we're going to do some interesting thing just by basic shapes. So if you select the sphere, have to go to the right side. There is a channel box editor. This is where you find all your information regarding all your shapes. If you don't see it here, might be like this. There is an option at the right corner, show and hide channel. Click it, the come back. Also, if you are like this, you haven't selected it, can't see this. Have to select this to edit the shape. Polysphere. Okay, so once you select it, you can see input polysphere 1. You have to click this and you see the option. So right now it's look like a sphere. Go here, you see radius. If you increase the radius, it gets larger. So how to increase the radius? How did I do that? So there are multiple options. One, you can direct enter the value, enter and press enter. Enter the number and press enter. Sorry. 5, 6. Or you can select this, press middle mouse button and drag on the gate. This is the best way. This is the fastest way we can do that. Again, for the axis, if you select both and press middle mouse button, so from the very low geared shape to very high. So 50 seems to be the limit, we can't go ahead of that. But even if we want to go ahead of that, we can directly put value. We can go crazy. I don't want to crash my Maya. So let's stick with the 20. Let's see the next shape. Next is cube. Again, we go and click to the width, height, depth, and like lots of options. Okay, we can do this. Let's see the next shape. Cylinder. Can increase the radius. Okay. Can increase height. Interesting. Pages. Interesting. The cap segments. This basically gives edges. So why are you going to need lots of edges? It still looks same. When you go to the editing mode later on, then you're going to need it. You will not need that much here. So we stick with the basics right now. Let's move to the next shape. Cone. Okay. We created cone and we can't see it. There are view options. If you press on your keyboard, you can see wireframe mode. There is another way to do that. You have your this is it's called wireframe mode. So you can get to your wireframe mode from here, or you can directly press 4. Next is your smooth shading mode. So you are going to need these two modes, 5 for the smooth shading mode, shortcut is 5, and wireframe mode is 4. Going to need to shuffle these two. This also happens whenever you create an object, it always goes to center of the grid. There are options you can change that. I won't get into that much detail. Let's stick with the basics right now. So it's getting to the center. So let's move this object. So when we have a phone, again same, can increase the radius and height, number of pages, and subdivision is. So these are not much helpful for right. And let's just undo it. And let's move it away. But we have next. This looks like a donut. So there will be something similar everything. And so this is interesting here. There are two radius. One radius which comes from red center to here. Right now we are adjusting that radius. There is a section radius. The depth of the tube is increasing. Not the depth, the volume you can say, or the pipe. Let's move it aside. And we have the plane. This is just basically a plane. It has no volume. It has only two, width and height. Dimensional plane and same. Let's move it. And there is a disk. Can increase the radius. Upside and so what other shape we have besides that? Polygon and use this. So there is solid, platonic, pyramid, prism, pipe, helix. Here, soccer ball. Going to check pipe. This is one useful. We quite use it often for boundaries, for making pipe stuff. This is pipe. Same way it works. Okay, so let's not mess around. This is shapes for you guys. Let's move to the second topic. So the next topic is duplication, duplicate spatial. So for that we need to select object, and we have two ways, and actually three ways to duplicate object. So let's go. First you need to select your object, then you have to go to edit, and there you can see duplicate. So there are four duplicate options: duplicate with transform, duplicate spatial, transfer attribute value. So these three duplicates we really need. We're going to ignore the transfer attribute value. So first is duplicate. What does duplicate do? So let's open this bar. If you click here on the top of, there is two thin line. If you click on that, your window will hang on the top of. So then now this window will appear. You can move it, you can close it, and you can open it again. So the first is duplicate. The shortcut is Control D. If you remember it, going to use it a lot. Duplicate spatial. First we continue the duplicate. As soon as we press duplicate, you have noticed something changed here. So now if we move, we see now there is a two object. Duplicate again. We are basically multiplying the object. This is very simple. Now I'm going to use shortcut Control D. Control D. Control D. Sorry, I press Control S. Control D. Control D. Okay. What if we want to make pass, a gate, grill, where everything stays at the perfect distance? So we have something. Duplicate with transform. So what this does? Duplicate it. So we do duplicate first, move it. What is transform? So whatever the value I used just after duplicating of the object, it is count as transform. See, so now if we press Shift D or duplicate with transform, it repeats the duplicate with the motion I move. With the transform changes I did. If I press Shift D, let's click here. So now this is doing the exact transform. Let's do that again. Let's say we can see x minus 31 here. Let's make it 0. Everything is 0. I duplicate it. I move it to, let's say 25. We click on duplicate with transform. 50. It's 25 here. Let's try again. But it doesn't work. Why? Because I select the other object. So it didn't work. So you can't select your object to make it work. So you have to make your duplicates and then do other thing. So let's repeat it again. First duplicate, move, define next, and I haven't selected anything. I haven't done anything. Now I can press 50. It goes. So as long as I keep pressing, it will keep going. And everyone is multiplication of 25. So simple and interesting. It doesn't work with what you say, only with transform and transform. It also work with rotation. It also work with scale. So let's try with something rotation. I duplicate it, move, rotate. This is good. More movement. Shift D. You can see it's creating interesting shapes. So now it's duplicating and rotating. It's keeping the distance and the rotation all together. So you can create a lot of interesting shape and stuff with that. So now left scale, duplicate, move, scale. Will that do that? Don't have to click anywhere, just duplicate to transform. So it is scaling as well. So let's try with rotation as well. Duplicate, move. And it's keep getting smaller, keep getting smaller.